Hey everyone, so I've got this really unique new product from Sunshade. I've tested some of their other products before, good quality. This one so far is the same. Now, what am I talking about here? Well, check this out. A new sunshade. And what is different and unique about this one is, if you look closely, it's like stuck to the glass. Back there too. Same thing. All of the other ones kind of float a little bit below. This one is just stuck to the glass, and it sticks there with some kind of electrostatic method. I'm not sure what kind of magic this is, but it works, okay? And no more heat, all right? No more heat. I get baked in my car, and I don't know if it's just because I'm a little bit taller, I'm a little bit closer to the glass. Not anymore. It feels way cooler already. You don't have that sunlight beating down on all of, like me. I've got this black interior. Black interior gets really hot. So it's not just like the glass heats up and then you feel that heat. It's everything in your car is heating up and you feel all of that heat. It really adds up. Well, this is going to block like the vast majority of it. Okay, what's also great about this product is in the wintertime, you don't want this up, or at least I don't, because the sun helps you. Helps warm the car. You don't have to turn the heater on as much. Your range improves. What you do is you just take this down, roll it up, put it back in that nice case, and throw it in the back of your car, wherever. So we're going to take a look at this a little bit closer, do like an unboxing, talk about the install, do the install, and then do a little test comparison with an open window in the back versus one that has this new sunshade on it, and see what the temperature differences are. All the links below. Amazon, if you're on the Sunshade website, use Tesla Mark. Big discounts. Tesla Mark works almost everywhere. So the install's not difficult by any means, but it's not a super quick 2-minute thing. It's more like a 5 to 10 minute thing, all right? And we'll talk about that some more. All right, let's see what we got in the box. Another box. All right, let's see. We've got a nice case here to hold this. All right, that's nice. Don't eat that. All right, this looks nice. It's fabric. You can see this is for the Model 3. So there's two pieces here. Obviously we've got two sections of glass and bigger rounded corner here, and this one's got a sharp edge. So I don't think we're gonna have too hard of a time trying to figure out which one goes in the front or the back. The fabric's pretty nice. It's not bad. We've got some wrinkles in here from being rolled up, but I'm sure that'll straighten itself out. Feels good, looks good. And what is unique about this sunshade is that this is, well, you can hear it. This is an electrostatic material that sticks to the glass. So this is going to stick to the roof of your car. And the car, though, however, has to be in the sun. It's got to be warm, from what they say. We'll try that out in a minute. But what is nice about that is that it doesn't sit down at all. I'm pretty tall. I still have decent clearance between my head and the glass, but a lot of the other sunshades require clips, and the shade kind of sits down a little bit more, and it's just like a fabric that, although they don't really bow that much, it's still going to be lower than something that's mounted to the glass. No install instructions, but guess what? You don't need them. Why? Because it's simple and you got me. So I'm going to do an install and then show you what it looks like in the car after it's installed, and then maybe do a test, do a comparison between an uncovered glass and the covered glass, see what the differences are, okay? Yeah, install should be pretty simple. The glass has to be warm, so the car has to be sitting out in the sun from what they said, and we just clean the glass and we should be all set. So let's get started. Like I said, we got to clean the glass first, and mine is actually, it's pretty dirty. I'm going to use this glass cleaner because I like it. It smells nice. What's important about any kind of glass cleaner you get, this is ammonia free. If you have any windows tinted in your car and you have a glass cleaner with ammonia in it, it ruins the tint. So I recommend this glass cleaner here. I'll put a link below. All right, so you're supposed to do the install in the sun. Basically, they want your glass to be a little warm, hot. I'm not sure what temperature, how hot, how warm. It's not that hot today, shockingly, all right? It's been hot like day after day after day. Today is just not that hot. I'm sitting out here in the sun. If you could see the sun like right in my face, probably close to about 80 degrees in here. Let's install this, this part here. Now, again, like I said in the unboxing, there are two pieces, and this one piece has a rounded corner and a 90-degree corner. So if you look in your, this is for the Model 3. They also make this for the Model Y. Doing this in Model 3. This front section here has all four rounded corners. Back here, the sunshade doesn't go all the way to the back of the hatch. It just covers up a good section here, and so you're only going to have two rounded corners and then two straight corners. So that's how you know which piece goes in which section. Not that complicated. It should just electrostatically stick to the roof glass. So let's see how it goes. Just kind of getting it as close as I can to the edge. Both edges, pushing it in the right corner first. Got it pretty well lined up. I don't know if it's going to be like perfect, but it seems pretty good. Okay, that's not bad. It's not bad, but it's not as perfect as I would like. I've got kind of a gap going here, and I'm not sure if that bothers me or not. So let me show you what this looks like. It's not perfect yet, but just to give you an idea of how this goes. I'm going to get a little tool and tuck these edges in. And I don't know, maybe I'll move it over a little bit because I've got kind of the seam going and maybe a little bit too much over there. And I might even be able to stretch this. So let me see if I can adjust this a little bit. But check this out. The fabric matches really, really nice. I mean, that looks good and it feels good. You can use like a credit card or something like that. You obviously don't need like one of these tools. It just kind of helps. I don't think you want something metal so you don't damage anything, but there's a lot of play in this this trim up here, this headliner. All right, that looks pretty good. So yeah, this is nice. What I'm going to try to do is fix this gap. A couple things you could do. First off, if you look at this side I pushed it over too far. And you could see if I had centered this better, we wouldn't have this gap, but I didn't. So instead of removing the entire thing and trying to put it back up, I'm going to try to just remove half of it and stretch it over to fill in this gap. Put some pull on it and I'm going to try to get the air pockets out from the get-go. Okay, so I have to reinstall this back piece because as I was afraid of, it was a little too cool for it back here and half of it started kind of coming down. So I just pulled it off, and today is definitely warmer. It is about 83 outside. We've got the sun out, and this glass is, ow, smoking hot. My God. How hot is it? 167? 167 degrees Fahrenheit? My God, that is hot. So it should stick better, I guess. You can see, and yeah, it does feel like it's sticking better. This is not the, I gotta say, this is not the easiest to line up. I think I said that in the front when I was putting the front on. It's just not that easy. Seems like it would be easy, but it's not. But you know, we're talking the difference between like a 2-minute installation versus what took maybe 10 minutes. So it's not like it's not crazy. Okay, so yeah, I should move it over a little bit. And then it depends how picky you are too. You start getting really picky and everything takes longer. Okay. That will be a little bit better in a minute. Sometimes you just have to kind of start sticking things up there, and then maybe start from the center so you have less air bubbles, and then go out like this. Let's see what we got. Oh, that's pretty good. These are going to need to be tucked in. And by the way, clean your hands. Don't do this with dirty hands. So I have a little bit of a gap up here. Let me show you. So a little bit of a gapage here, but you know what? I'm not even going to worry about it. Don't care. This, I'm going to get that little spooger tool thing. Like I said, you could use like a credit card or something, and that'll tuck in. Same thing with over here. You know, you could see, I'll be able to get this to tuck in. And it should be pretty good. Okay, so let's look at the rear window here, or the rear piece, rear window. 164, 165 degrees Fahrenheit. Again, this does have tint on it. So almost 30 degrees difference. Yeah, about 30 degrees difference Fahrenheit. Yeah, 133. 132. That is substantial. Okay, I started editing this video, and a strange thing I noticed. When I had the camera pointed like this, I saw all kinds of air pockets behind here. It looked like just like crazy bubbles and stuff in the sunshade, but when I'm here looking at it, you can't really, let me try to get the lighting right. I don't see them. You know, if you kind of look around and see, you might start seeing some bubbles, but you don't see them nearly as much as when the camera was from below. I think just because the lighting was, I don't know exactly. I'm not saying that I can't see any imperfections or any bubbles. Like, all right, like I'm looking through the camera right now. In real life, well, let me see, where is that? Like here, I can kind of see those, but like barely. Some reason in the camera, they're really showing up a lot more. I don't know why that is. I think it's just different angles. Unless you leave some major air pockets in there, they're not going to notice the air pockets either, if you have any. I didn't spend that much time getting air pockets out of this one, and I really don't see any from where I'm sitting. Looking in the back, I don't see any back there. It looks really nice. And I've been driving around with this for, it's been almost 2 weeks now, and there's been no issues with it. In other words, however I put it up there, that's exactly where it stayed. Nothing else happened, nothing else changed, nothing came drooping down for the spots that I put up warm. Or if you remember in the back, I did try to put that up when it was a little too cool outside, and it just didn't stay. But it really wasn't kind of sticking initially either, so you could tell. So that's kind of the ironic thing about it. You have to try to put it up in the heat that you're trying to block. We've had a lot of really hot days since I put this up. And yeah, I do notice a difference, okay? It's hard to tell exactly how much I'm noticing, but I'm telling you, like before, I used to just feel the heat on my head. I don't anymore. This just feels a little bit warm, but again, before, can't even keep your hand on this glass. I mean, it was 160 degrees plus. Can't keep your hand on 160 plus. This, I mean, again, just a little bit warm. That's massive. That is a massive difference, and you saw the temperature readings. And that should translate into range, okay? You don't have to run the air as much. Overall, I'm really happy with this sunshade. When you look up here and in the back, it looks like a factory shade. I'm telling you, I think unless somebody knows a Tesla, they're gonna get in this car and not think twice about it. They're not gonna know that this is not OEM. Hey, please check out my other videos, like and subscribe. Thanks.